Hello, and welcome to day 11. We had a little snag here, so we just kind of started all over again. Anyway, today's day 11, and we're going to go into a lesson today that's going to actually bring in the left and right hand playing at the same time. So that should be kind of interesting. Another little tidbit here, I just got a notification this morning from Rolly that my Rolly piano and the Rolly Airwave is going to ship this week, and it's going to be a expedited shipping. So it may go out today, it may go out Monday, or somewhere in between. No guarantee that I'm going to get it by Christmas, but for the Airwave, they said that I would be getting it in mid to late December, which that's still on target with that. But the piano originally said it was not going to be here till January, and now it's actually getting shipped. So that's kind of a great sign, and that's early on the end. They also threw in a $50 coupon towards my annual subscription that I can apply to it. So next year when my Learn app renews, I'll get a $50 credit applied before they charge me for the balance of it. So that's kind of was a nice little throw-in thing on the side too. So anyway, let's jump in and see where we get today. Boom, ba-doom. There we go. My Stream Deck is playing games with me and not changing scenes, so I have to kind of do it manually. But anyway, we're going to go in today. It's going to be House of the Rising Sun. It's probably the only thing we're going to go. There's 3 lessons in that. And as I said, it's dealing with the left and the right hand. So this is going to become extremely interesting. So we'll see how the battle goes between the 2 hands and take it from there. So anyway, here we go.
What's up? Ruben here. So today we're going to be learning House of the Rising Sun. This is probably one of the most popularly covered songs of the past century. Originally it was a folk song, but then it was popularized by the Animals in 1964. If you want to hear a really cool alternative take on the song, definitely check out Nina Simone's cover. For this song, all of the notes have exactly the same timing, and they have a really fun rhythm where we can count it in small groups of 3. So let's start with the left hand. For the left hand, we're going to hold every single note for 6 beats. The first 4 notes are going to step up, and then the second 4 notes are going to jump back and forth. So let's take a look at it. First we have A, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. D, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're doing the jumping part, which is A, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. E, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. E, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now practice that left hand part. Remember to hold each note for 6 beats.
It's weird. Are we out of sync? I am off.
Now let's take a look at the right hand for that same section. It follows the same basic rhythm, except for that you're going to wait while the left hand plays its note for 3 beats, and then you're going to play your right hand note. So for this section, you just have 4 notes to remember in the right hand.
So one thing that I find confusing in this program a little bit is you have the one woman that actually shows you fingering and all this other stuff, and then you have this guy and the guy Alfie that basically they use one finger to jump around. And so it gets, especially somebody that's played the piano before, playing with one finger is difficult. And then, like I said, going between somebody that's actually showing you the correct fingers to play with somebody that is using one finger to jump around, I find really confusing. But anyway, it is what it is. We'll keep going.
First it's E, up to F sharp, down
Sharps.
to F, which is right next to it and has this great tension. And then you do this jumping pattern similar to the left hand, where you go E, B, E, B. So now practice that right hand part until you get the hang of it.
As I said, I've been practicing earlier, so that's why we hit our streak here. Do this again.
What's up? Ruben here. So today we're going to be learning House of the Rising Sun. Now let's take a look at the right hand for that same section. It follows the same basic rhythm, except for that you're going to wait while
Damn black keys. I also wish it would give me indicators if I'm late or not. Technically, you should learn both hands before you do what I'm about to do next, but we'll see what happens.
Now it's time to put both hands together for this first section. The nice thing about it is that as you play the left-hand note, it gives you some time to find the next right-hand note and vice versa. Let's try it out. So let's start with A in the left hand. Then I'm looking for my note, which is E. Moving up to C in the left hand. Then I get to stay on E, which is nice. D. Then up to F sharp. Then F. And then F again with the right hand. So once you practice that a few times, you can take that same approach and apply it to the second half of that section.
This is where
and
I wish
that same rhythm is going to be able to carry us into the rest of the song. Now let's take a look at the verse. The verse begins in exactly the same way as the introduction, but then halfway through, there's a really beautiful shift for a very distinctive part of the song. Then we return back to the foundation and play exactly the same line that we learned at the beginning. Let's try it out. Now you can practice putting both hands together in the verse, paying close attention to that distinct section in the middle. Then the final section is just a full repeat of the introduction. Try it out.
Yeah, right. There's going to be some practicing. Always knew the left and right were going to be a challenge. Does that sound off? I think it's either I'm out of sync or it's out of sync. I am not quite sure. Hey, Maggie. Thank you for joining us today. It's been an interesting. Let's see what's in here. What do we got left? Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I'm going to go back.
Now it's time to put both hands together for this first section.
Into this. Oops. Skip ahead. Sounds really off. See if we get the testing on the next one.
So now it's time to put everything together. The introduction and the verse with both hands. And once you get a hang of it, if you're feeling ambitious, you can try singing along while you play. This is a really good song to try that out for because of the nice repetition between both hands. Have fun.
Am I really that far off? Let's see if we get back to the music. Oh my God. I understand the reasoning for slowing things down, but for me, it's it sounds so off. And piano keeps getting soft. Let's see how horrible this goes. Somebody's going to be practicing this afternoon. A lot. Yes. That was early. Come on, let's get to the speed. Oh my God. This is where all the bad words come in. Well, stop. This is not going well today. I think we're going to be playing a little bit more this afternoon. I have a thing I have to do starting around 2:30 or so, anywhere between 2 and 3:30, and then I won't be able to sit down again until after probably close to 6 tonight. But this is definitely something that's going to need a lot of practice, and I shouldn't beat myself up too much because of the fact that um, A, I'm learning again. I have to remember that. And B, this is the first time I've actually put both hands together. And um, it's really easy to learn hands individually. Usually you get the timing, everything's perfect. It's when you put those two together that the brain seems to short out and everything starts going off the deep end. And the challenges start coming in. So it's just basically giving myself the grace to make the mistakes and understand that I am new, giving myself credit for that. You know, it's been 20 years since I've done this. So I can't expect to be playing like I was 20 years ago. And realistically, I have discovered so much stuff that I have forgotten um, in those 20 years that is slowly starting to come back. So one of the key things that they always tell you when you are practicing is you want to get like the left hand down to memory, the right hand down to memory so that you can play those without any issues before you start putting it together. So taking small steps and moving the lessons little by little is what I probably need to do. I will probably still kind of do some crazy stuff and jump ahead a little bit just to kind of challenge myself. But I will definitely always be going back and going through all those lessons individually. As I said earlier, the airwave unit is supposed to ship prior or expedited this week, and the piano looks like it may be here a month earlier than was originally anticipated, because that's also supposed to ship expedited. So I doubt I'm going to get it by Christmas, but it should be soon after that. When I add the airwave to the unit where it starts being able to see and track my hands, it opens up a whole nother section into this called the learn portion. And it will actually start giving me feedback and showing me fingers and watching all that stuff. So it's going to definitely enhance the learning process in the whole thing. And what I may do offline is go back to the beginning and work through some of those early lessons once I get the airwave unit handed or hooked up. But I will probably show that whole process. And what I wanted to do also is to kind of go into some of the programs in the background, some of the extra applications that show where you get into the more of the create stuff. I think I'll wait till I get the airwave to kind of go into that. I'm also having issues on my computer where I am running severely out of disk space, and I keep deleting stuff, but something's adding it back in. I have an external hard drive arriving on Monday, which hopefully will allow me to offload a bunch of stuff and get my storage space up. But I've been running about, if I'm lucky, around 2 gig of storage left on the hard drive, where if I fill that up, everything's going to shut down. So we're playing this little game each episode. So hopefully by next week we'll get that straightened out. But anyway, today was day 11. I'll be back tomorrow for day 12. Tomorrow will be at 4 p.m. Pacific time, because I have some stuff going on Saturdays that I have to push it out later. And then on Sunday we'll be back to the normal time of 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Anyway, thank you all for joining us. Take care, Maggie. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you on the next stream. Bye. Oh, we're not going to work that way. I forgot. Button's not working today. Anyway, bye.